Hi, Facebook friends. You know, it's funny. I had such an urge when I was coming on to say, hello, friends. I'm your vitamin and Vegemin girl. Are you tired? Run down. Anyways, that just came into my head out of nowhere. Okay, so this is a really quick video because I was asked about when I how my diamond painting. Ureli asked me in the Facebook group about me cutting my diamond painting, the corners and such. So I do it in basically I do it 3 different ways. It just depends on the kind of mood I'm in. But so here's a diamond painting I'm going to start soon. I actually just got it, but I like it so much I want to do it now. So I'm going to start it soon, and before I do any diamond paintings, this is what I do. I either with the scissor or the box cutter, I cut most of the trim, the white trim off the edge. I do that because it just takes up some extra room, and I find, so it's easier. It makes it just that little bit easier for me when I'm diamond painting and I move it closer to my body, or I have to flip it around other ways, and hanging it even when I'm halfway through it to get it out of the way. It just takes less room up, basically. It's just a convenience thing. So you could either cut it with the scissor, I usually don't do that though, but you could just, cut as much as you want off. I mean, if you want to do that. I always tend to leave. I'll show you how much I'm about to leave. So I use the box cutter usually, and I just go over to the end. Let's see if I can get you over here easier. Let's see. No, it probably won't be. I don't know. So I go over the end over here. I know it's hard for you to see, and so that's when I start cutting. So okay, now I'll just move you up. It's just a little too difficult for you to see, I'm sure. Anyways, close up. So that's about how much I cut off, and then I'll take on the end where I start, I'll just take the scissor and snap that part off. So I leave about this much and I do all 4 sides. I don't care about the key. I'm not going to do it now because I haven't put these in, the keys over here. I haven't put it in my containers yet, so I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to wait till I put them in the containers, then I'll do the rest. I'll cut the rest of it, and again I'll cut, and I'll leave about that much on it. And that's to start, before I start doing it. So then, afterwards, while I'm doing it, I do it two ways. The rest. So this is my current project I'm working on. So as you can see, this actually is even closer cut to the edge. So what I'll do is this. I'll wait till the whole end is finished, and then I go right against the edge of the diamonds and I cut. This is a little imperfect because unless you're very precise, unless you have a very good, I guess, steady hand and sharp knife, whether it's an X-Acto knife, box cutter, whatever you use, you might get a little bit of the white border in that you have to then just like trim that little slivers off. See, I just moved it a little bit, and I know I'm going to have to trim a little bit now. See, my blade isn't that heavy, or any, I should say, I'm going to have to take part of this out. It's not as sharp as it was because I've used it so much. Okay. So I'm going to have to go back now. I wasn't pressing hard enough. Okay. See, now this is the bottom, so I cut it all off, and right there, I know you probably can't tell, it's just almost impossible to tell on camera. There's a little, oh yeah, you can see it maybe. A little white there, like I said, my hand moved, so you just got to go back and try to cut that piece off. And there's a little bit up top too. There. So now, so I'll do that, and also, well, I'll get there in a second. I also do this, which I'm going to do now. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I will, and usually I will do it with the bottom for some reason. I'll complete the entire bottom before I cut it. But for some reason, with the sides and the top, I start cutting away as I go. So I didn't do this purposely, just because I was going to do this for this video. So I'm going to start cutting away now. You don't have to do that. You can wait till the end if you want. But I actually, like I said, for some reason, it's just in my mind how it works. I can't describe it. I don't know why. I diamond paint the entire bottom, and then as I'm working up further and onto the sides, then I'll cut over here. I don't know why I do that. I just do it this way. And so now I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut along. Oops, I really got off on that one. And I go right up until, oops, and I cut right till where about the last row or two of diamonds are, and I just snap off with the scissor right there. And so now this side is clear too, over where I've done it, but I leave this on because I'm not going to take this off until all this is diamond painted on this side, and then I'll finish cutting it. And the last thing I do, I'm not going to do it here because I haven't started up here yet. So I don't frame them all because that would be crazy expensive. Most of us have tons of diamond paintings. Listen, if you give yours away or put them in portfolios or sell them, whatever you do, great. I have some framed. I have, but most of them are basically kind of in a pile. And a couple piles actually around my house. And the other ones I haven't framed, but I have some on my wall, kind of just temporary until I know what I'm going to do with them. Some I might just leave that way for now. It's not a pressing matter. But I like to, just in case I want to hang it up, and if I don't have a frame for it, I cut little 2 tabs on both ends. So I can put a push pin and hang them up that way. So it's basically the same similar concept. So what I'll do is, and I know again it's going to be hard for you to see this. Excuse the moving. Let me see if I can kind of get in frame here. So what I'll do is, right at the end over here, again I have to do it when it's diamond painted. So I'll cut up over here, I'll cut off this whole side, so this is this all gone. So then I'll leave about, let's say 3 diamond worth going in, and then I'll cut up this side here. Well, I'll just do it now, I don't care. There, I'll cut up there and see that. So I'll leave this part on, and then I'll cut this away. So just so you can see. See, now it has a little tab here, and I'll probably trim that just a little bit down further because it's a little too big. You don't need all that room for the push pin. So I'll leave this tiny tab here. Now I'll pull it back. There. I know you can see it. There. See, I'll leave the tiny tab on this end, and I'll do the same thing on the other end, and that way I can hang them up on the wall with the push pins without having them framed. And of course you could always do it other ways too. I'm sure they have cheap frames. You could use the little hanger like I have here, which I hang up in the kitchen when I'm doing it. This is where I diamond paint in the kitchen at the kitchen table. And to hang this up to put it out of the way, I have the pants hanger, and I clamp it on like this, and I hang it on the drawer in the kitchen. So just to keep it out of the way when I'm not doing it. So there you have it. That is how I trim my diamond paintings before I start working on them. I hope you found this helpful and hope it answered your questions that you had. And good luck. All right. Well, thank you for asking. And again, if there's any other questions anybody has, don't hesitate to ask. Okay. Till next time, be safe and be happy. Bye.